I'ma keep it a bean. Stick to the script, every scene. This from last year, but they clean. Say to say, I'ma take something else, but it's winning team. Charlie Sheen, fam gang, the regime. I'm from Piney Green.
This been overdue forever. Asked me when it was dropping, said never. Should've made you cut the feather, but I designed it Freemason Margiela.
What's goody, Shellitronnn here with the most smoke, no joking. I'm back again with a brand new video, and news just came down that the Carolina Panthers traded away their number 47 and number 77 pick to pick at number 37 in the second round and picked up Greg Little, the offensive tackle out of Ole Miss. Greg Little is a really good offensive lineman who has some very, very good traits. He's 6'5", about 325. He has really good size. He has good strength. The guy has a lot of really good qualities about him, but there have been some scouts who have mentioned that there are some things he needs to fix in this game for him to actually become a really solidified NFL starter. And usually in these kind of videos, I like to focus on pinpointing where guys have really good strengths, where their weaknesses might be, and where they might fit on the team. But honestly, I want to talk more about the fit on the team more than his pass protection, his run blocking. It's all good there. But, the big thing about Greg Little is that he has boom or bust potential. And I also want to talk about how the Panthers traded up for him, giving up our number 77 pick, our first pick in the third round, to get a guy who a lot of people are saying, might have some motor issues, might have some motivation issues, might have some things he needs to polish up in his game before he can even become a starter in this league. And it does make me wonder exactly what was the thought process in trading up for this guy. Now look, it's 100% possible that he comes into training camp, comes into all of our workouts or whatever, and he is a top left tackle in the game. We definitely need a left tackle on our squad right now. That would be a great scenario. But it does make me kind of question a little bit, why would you trade up in the second for a guy that a lot of people are saying, the guy might not have the kind of traits you're looking for, and at least if you're going to go for him in the second round, I have no problem picking up Greg Little in the second round, but giving up the first of our third round picks is a little bit questionable to me. Like I said, he could end up being a great player. And I have all the confidence in the world. He will be a starter level left tackle for us on our team. But like I mentioned, it's not the fact that we picked him. It's the fact that the team traded up for him, went up 10 spots in the draft, and gave up one of their third round picks to pick him up. Let's get down to it. In the combine, he didn't do the bench press, and all those other agility workouts, whatever, don't mean much to me. He has fast feet. He can pull. He can do a lot of different things there with his feet. I like his movement a lot, but we're not going to focus on that right now. What I want to focus on here is at his pro day, he only got 15 reps on the bench. I think Dante Jackson and Rashawn Golden had 11 and 12 reps on the bench in their pro days or at the combine just last year. When I think of a left tackle in this league, I think of a guy who can maybe get a little bit more than 15 reps on the bench. That is not to say that's like the end-all, be-all of any kind of evaluation of a guy's strengths. But in some ways, it does make me question a few things about, just how functional is his strength. Will he be able to, compete at the highest level in this league? And also, the NFC South, mostly known as an offensive conference, but the NFC South is loading up on front seven guys who can get to your quarterback, and that is going to be a big thing for this team. We do not want to see Cam get hurt again. Look, if Cam hurts his shoulder again this season, it's going to spell really big problems. You get the impression the team is kind of desperate to find protection for Cam, and let me make this 100% clear. I actually like Greg Little, but there are some pretty big questions, and some of the questions aren't even about Greg Little himself. Some of those questions are about the O-line in general. There's 5 spots on the line, and there's 2 spots already taken. We already know that Matt Parrish is going to be our center. We know that Trey Turner's going to be our right guard. But as for left tackle, left guard, and right tackle, we don't know exactly who's going to be playing where. We assume that Darrell Williams and Taylor Moton will be playing the tackle positions. But then again, both those guys are right tackles, and Greg Little is a left tackle. You might assume that Greg Little's going to come in and get the left tackle spot and let Taylor Moton and Darrell Williams take over and compete for the right tackle spot. But Joe Person tweeted this right after the draft was taken. He said, RR, meaning Ron Rivera, makes it clear Little won't be given the left tackle spot, even though Williams and Moton are more natural right tackles. This to me speaks to exactly what I was talking about. If you don't know for sure this is going to be your starting left tackle, why do you trade up for him? I have no problem picking this man up in the second round if he falls to number 47, but moving up to 37 by trading away your number 77 pick for a guy you're not even 100% sure is going to be starting, a guy who's going to be protecting Cam, a guy who's going to be protecting his blind side, of all things, makes me question just a few things. Were they so low on all the other guys, all the other tackles in this draft? They say, you know what, let's go for Greg Little right here. We got to get him right now because we have no faith in any of the other tackles in this draft right now. That's what I have to assume. I have to assume that their draft board said Greg Little or nobody else, and they took the plunge there. But then there's the other question about where are these guys going to play? I've been seeing a lot of people assuming that, Taylor Moton's going to be playing left guard. Says who? Says who? Why do people assume that Daryl Williams is going to be playing right tackle? I think the two are about at the same level of a talent at right tackle. And in a lot of ways, I feel like playing left guard will be easier on Daryl Williams' knees, on his legs, so he can still have really good production and not risk getting hurt, because that's what really hurt us last year was injuries along the offensive line. And I would not feel all that bad about Daryl Williams playing left guard. And we're not even sure if Little's going to be playing left tackle, though. That also assumes that Greg Little is for sure playing left tackle. He may not even start. And in some other ways, to get off on a slight tangent here, I was under the impression that Tyler Larsen was also a starter-level talent on our O-line, to the point where we may have been all right targeting offensive linemen with our number 77th pick. I'd be 100% straight with that. Let me go ahead and say this again, because although I feel like I'm explaining myself the right way and being pretty clear about it, I can already tell I'm going to get comments saying, oh, you think Greg Little sucks? Oh, man, you're saying he's going to be a bust. Oh, you're going to say that Greg Little, he really can't play the game. Okay, he's going to prove you wrong. I'm not saying that Greg Little is going to be a bad pick, or he's going to be a bad player for the team, or he won't be able to do the job right. What I'm saying is there are some pretty big and very valid questions. Even when the pick was being brought up, the guys at the desk were talking about motivational issues. That's the biggest thing for me. If those things are true, those aren't things you can coach. You can coach scheming, you can coach, fundamentals, you can coach technique, but you really can't coach motivation. That comes internally. I don't dislike Greg Little, but I think that there were some pretty good spots open on our offensive line that we have on the team right now. And some guys will be available a little bit later in the draft, or at least at number 47, to the point where I believe the team probably did not need to trade up in this draft to get Greg Little. I think he'll be a good fit for the team, but it does give me a little bit of worry to hear Ron Rivera say that the second round pick in the draft that he traded up for may or may not be a starter in this upcoming season. He has to compete for his role on the team. His role on the team being left tackle against, by the way, 2 right tackles. That kind of makes me feel some kind of way. But I'll wrap it up again by saying this, because I know I'm going to see these comments. I hope Greg Little is a great pick for us. I hope he comes in and immediately is a great part of our offensive line, provides great protection for Cam, and it doesn't end up being a situation where we have a guy sitting for a year, maybe 2 years, that we traded up for. That's how I feel about it. I know this video maybe has a negative tone to it, but it's not really about Greg Little specifically. It's about the trade, and it's about the team and the coach not actually being sure about the guy they traded up for, especially when you have guys on the team right now, on the roster right now, who are starter level, and Taylor Moton, Daryl Williams, and even Tyler Larsen. Do not underestimate Tyler Larsen. This man played amazing last year. Do not forget that. And in some ways, it makes me feel a little bit strange that the team traded up for a guy that may be a backup, a guy who, if we're going to do that, if we're playing that role, we probably could have gotten at 47 or even at 77. Maybe not Greg Little specifically at 77, but for a guy who may be competing for a starting role in the team right now, I think we probably could have found that at 77, and for sure could have found that at 47. And at 47, it really may have been Greg Little. We'll see how the rest of the draft shakes out for us here. I want to make it clear. I've made it pretty clear how I feel about this. It's not negatively about Greg Little. It's that I have a few questions about all this. I've said it enough, man. That's my thoughts on it. What are your thoughts on this situation, man? Do you like Greg Little? Do you not like Greg Little? Do you like the trade up, trading away the 47 and 77 pick in the draft to go ahead and pick up Greg Little at number 37? Do you think he would have fallen to 47 in this draft? What do you think this does for the rest of our draft? We're going to see what our number 100 pick is going to be today. But at the time of this recording, we haven't picked at number 100 yet. So how do you think it's going to affect number 100, 115, and so forth? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And also check out that pinned comment below. If you want to help out the channel, want to support the channel, please sign a petition to get the Panthers to partner with this channel, man. We're almost at 500 signatures in less than a month. You guys have been going crazy with the support. If you want to support the channel in other ways, there's a link in the description below. There's actually 2 links in the description below. You can do that there. And as always, you already know to do that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.